We are human. We're human for a reason. We're supposed to feel. We were created to feel. It's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel broken. But unless you take accountability and you go through those emotions, they will always be there, and you will be like a volcano that is just waiting to erupt. And you'll start to see it in every area of your life, in your relationships, and the things that you eat and things you consume, like I said before. What you watch, what you listen to, the people you are around, the friends, the relationship, the job that you have, the amount of money that you make. When you deal with the inside, you deal with the ugliness, you deal with the darkness, you deal with the damage, you deal with the hurt, you will begin to transform on the outside. What's good, Royal Tribe? Greetings, kings and queens. Welcome back to CompasScope, where we deep dive into the interconnected pieces of the mind, body, and spirit, creating a harmonious and balanced life that aligns with our most authentic, best version of ourselves. Continue to get better and to strive. We all about self-development. We're all about growth. We're all about peace and stability and creating a heaven-like experience on earth. I am your coach, Kesey Keys. I miss y'all, man. I miss y'all, and I've been having a lot going on, so I'm just asking that y'all be patient with me as I navigate through this season of my life, doing all of the things. I'm currently just trusting the process, but I'm super glad that I was able to sit down with you guys and come back and reach out and check in with y'all, make sure y'all good, show my face. If you're not a part of the Royal Tribe already, go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notifications button so you'll never miss an episode that drops. You can always see what we got going on. Let's go ahead and get into it. I've really been asking God, okay, what should I talk about? It's so much going on. Planes, having crashes in the sky, kids killing parents, parents killing kids, fires, everything, all the things, right? Systems changing for the better, for the worse. Like, it's just so much going on. So I've really just been praying and been in a place of solitude and getting rid of the distractions and asking God to really, number one, keep me sane and keep me in tune with the spiritual world, and making sure I'm just doing what I need to do so that I can be able to hear God clearly, and so He can speak to me and tell me what it is that I need to know and what y'all need to know. You know, a part of this season is really like pouring into myself, right? And I pour into myself so that I can come and pour into you guys. But, you know, mental health is first. I'm always going to tell you guys that as well. So if I'm telling y'all that, it's only right that I take that path and I walk on that path of my own self and make sure that I'm constantly prioritizing my mental health and my well-being in every aspect of my life and in this journey of life. So sometimes that means I have to make sacrifices. I might not have be able to do this so that I can do this, you know? And so yeah, I'm just navigating, I'm finding my way. I'm taking it a moment at a time. I'm taking it a step at a time. And I'm definitely taking it a day at a time. But once again, I'm just super excited to be back with you guys and to be able to sit down and just share words with you all and encourage y'all and motivate y'all and inspire y'all to just be your best selves and to continue to have grace with yourself as you're walking this journey and becoming a new version of yourself that you've never been before. And speaking of that, I've been having a lot of moments myself where I just think, wow, like, who am I? Who is this version of myself? Like, I'm just so in awe of the person that I've become. And it's really inspiring to the people in my life and to myself to know where I came from and who I used to be. You know, once upon a time, I was this insecure little girl who was scared to use her voice and was scared to speak up and was super big on people pleasing. And it's so much I could say, like, even when it comes to my outlook on romance and dating, and really realizing that in a lot of areas of my life, I wasn't living intentionally. I was just going with the flow. I was just surviving. I was, in some ways, doing the bare minimum. And I was accepting whatever life threw at me and whatever life said I was, and the path that they said I will walk on. And at some point in time, I took my own control and I said, I can be whoever I want to be. And a lot of times it has to do with our own perspective of self, honestly. A lot of times we project how we feel about ourselves externally. So because we feel insecure, because we feel inferior, because we feel odd and different, we project those beliefs and those thoughts onto other people, that they see us in those same manners. So I'm just so thankful to God, and big shout out to me for getting on this transformation journey and this healing journey and not giving up on me, and just doing the work. And a part of me doing that work was shadow work, right? A lot of self-reflection, a lot of holding myself accountable, and always keeping my ears open to learn. A lot of the things I learned about myself, some things I learned through just life experiences, and continue to just go through certain patterns. And at some point realizing the patterns that I was stuck in. And in other things, it was through someone else's life, watching someone else's life, and learning what to do and what not to do. And through books and apps and just reading. And, I know, like, religion is super against horoscopes, but there is truth in everything. So it's important that you eat the meat and you spit out the bones through reading the horoscopes and reading more about my month and everything. I learned that I was a people pleaser, literally through an app called CoStar. I was reading and I was just going through weaknesses and strengths and everything like that of my sign, and I literally learned, like, I'm a people pleaser. And it's so crazy because I went to my friend, I was like, bro, like, I just learned I'm a people pleaser. It's just like, duh, like, like, I could have told you that. So life is the best teacher, but you have to be willing to learn. You have to be in a place of humility, and to not operate in a place of pride. A lot of people think that pride and ego makes you strong, right? That's what the world tells us, or that's what it seems that the world is telling us, is if you act strong, you are strong. But people that really has a strong character are the people that can show up vulnerable, that can show up as their authentic self, that can show up as who they really are, and show those masculine and those feminine energies, and be able to say, I need help, to be able to say, I messed up, to say, I'm damaged. No weak person will ever be able to say those things. It takes strength. It takes strength to call out your weaknesses and to say it to someone else. It takes strength to say, I'm sorry, I apologize, I hurt you, I damaged you. It takes strength to say these things. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. I want to talk about addressing the weaknesses. As y'all know, I am a holistic coach. So what that means is I look at things from a holistic point of view. Like I've told you guys in some of the previous episodes, I want you to win. I want you to excel. I want you to develop and grow, not only mentally, not only physically, but emotionally, financially, romantically, economically, in every area of your life. And there are certain key things, core things that you can do that impacts those every areas of your life. As you heal, as you grow, as certain things are revealed to you, and you really realize your worth and your value, not only are you not tolerating BS in relationships and in friendships, but you're also holding yourself to a different standard. You're not allowing your own self to talk to you a certain way. You're not allowing your own self to do certain things and be in certain environments and have certain habits because you love yourself. So you're going to eat right. You're going to be disciplined. You're going to make sure you get sleep. You're going to make sure you're in the right environments. You're going to make sure you're holding yourself accountable. You're not slacking because you love yourself, because you want better for yourself. You want more money. You want better friends. You want to live in that nice house. You want to take care of your skin, right? So that's the thing about healing. When you really get deep into it, you start to understand that everything really is that deep. You know, who you hang around really is that deep. Forgiving your exes and your parents for certain ways they treated you and for the traumatic situations that you experienced, you realize it really is that deep to heal from that and to forgive them and to release that baggage. You start to realize the things you eat really are that important. What time you eat. Not allow yourself to eat after a certain time because it's going to affect your hormones. It's going to affect your sleep. It's going to affect your thinking. It's going to affect your mental health. You're going to work out. You're going to do the work whether you want to or not because you understand the importance of it. You see the bigger picture. You understand it's deeper than just you. It's deeper than that uncomfortability. It's deeper than that pain you feel right there in that moment. You start to understand the things that you watch on TV, the music that you're listening to, it matters. The conversations you're having, the thoughts that you're having, it matters. The books that you're reading, the church that you go to, it matters. The things that you do in your time, day in and day out, how you're using your time, your habits, your hobbies, your TV shows. Every second of the day, everything you do is a choice. And that choice is going to either hinder you or heal you. And when you really get into the deepness of healing and you tap into the spiritual world and you stop looking at things just from a natural point of view and just seeing a chair as just a chair, a notebook as just a notebook, a conversation as just a conversation, sex as just sex, and you really look and you dive into these things. A hamburger is more than just a hamburger, and you start to see and realize how these individual small things that you are doing every millisecond of the day is impacting you and leading to your lifestyle, into your future, into your choices, and how you feel, and the amount of money that you have in your bank account, and what your body looks like. And it's not even about just the look, but how it feels. More importantly, do you feel good? Do you feel heavy? Do you feel slowful? When you understand those things, that's when the real healing can happen. That's when you really can hold yourself accountable and stop allowing yourself just to do what you feel like doing, just doing what you want to do, or just doing what you're subconsciously used to doing because of the way you were raised, because of the ways you're used to coping with things in life. It took some uncomfortability to say, you know what? Smoking and drinking, maybe it's not good for me. And more deeper than that, it's also hindering me from having the job, from having the business, from having the body that I want, from having the friends that I want, because I am comfortable with leaning on this and allowing it to be a crunch. I'm comfortable in this relationship, even though it's toxic, even though there's not trust, even though we're constantly arguing. I'm comfortable and I'm okay with this. And I'm okay with settling for this. Because I'm not aware that God really has someone ideal for me, that's going to walk with me, that's going to love me like I deserve to be loved, and that's going to get me out of survival mode so that I can be able to focus on my purpose and my growth in life and stop worrying about, is this person going to be here tomorrow or are they not? Are we going to fuss today or are we not? Healing can really only happen when you're ready to take accountability and say, I am a people pleaser. I am used to having a broke mindset. I am used to hurting people because I'm used to being hurt. And because I'm used to being hurt and not being able to trust people, I'm going to automatically hurt you before you can even get to me, whether you're going to hurt me or not. I am a damaged person. I am a comfortable person. I am a lazy person. I am used to settling. I have low self-esteem. So I don't care. I don't mind having this relationship that's really not fulfilling me and really making me feel lonely, even though I have this person here. It takes strength to say these things. It takes strength to say, I'm not going to get any farther than I've already gotten in life unless I make up in my mind I'm going to change. It's one thing to say, I need to change. Oh, I hear it all the time, when I have certain conversations come up, the most beautiful part about healing and just being a person that's super huge and self-development is when I'm in certain places, when I'm at a lounge or at a gig performing or whatever the case may be, certain conversations come up. Okay, do you want to smoke? Do you want to drink? Oh, you're so beautiful and attractive. I just know you got hoes. I just know you got plenty of people on you. I know you're talking to a lot of people. I know you're talking to somebody. And that gives me opportunity to say no. No, actually, I'm not drinking. I haven't drunk. Actually, I'm not smoking. I haven't smoked in months. Actually, I'm abstinent right now. I haven't had sex in months. Actually, I'm not talking to anybody because I'm focused on me, myself, God, and purpose. And I am really, honestly, completely content and satisfied in this season of singleness, in this season of sobriety. I feel better than I've ever felt before my entire life. And something I hear all the time, yeah, I know this relationship probably not gonna last and it's not the best, but I love them. At least they're there. At least they check on me, or or I know I need to stop smoking. I go around smelling like smoke, and I can't get a better job, and I gotta smoke everywhere I go. It's a habit. I can't eat without it. I can't sleep without it. I can't do anything without it. I know I need to stop drinking. I drink every day. I know it's not good for me. I actually went to the doctor a couple of months ago and they said that I had ulcers and I had cancerous spots in my body. And it's like we literally can know what we need to do. We know the people in our life aren't good for me. I know these are trauma bonds and things like that. Take accountability. We need to start having more of these conversations, but it's going to have to start with someone, anybody. I can't do this myself. That's why y'all are my royal tribe. And that's why I believe that y'all are tuned into this channel, because y'all also resonate with the things that I overcome and the things I'm overcoming, because it's a daily challenge, you know, to be sober, to be abstinent, to not go back to old ways, to not cope by eating the wrong foods, the comfy foods, the fattening foods, the sugary foods, you know. This is an everyday decision, every single day, but it starts with holding yourself accountable and calling yourself out on your weaknesses. Call yourself out. I know I have an addiction to weed, and it might not be physical addiction, but more so a psychological addiction. I feel like I can't do anything without it. I need it in order to keep from being anxious and to being all these things or whatever the thing is. You know, I use certain examples, but this can apply to anything in life, any area of your life, you know. That's why I try to give multiple examples so you guys can have a broader perspective of the points that I'm trying to bring to y'all, you know. So the first step is to hold yourself accountable, guys. You know your strengths and know your weaknesses and call yourself out. What a lot of people do is we self-destruct. We know we're self-destructing, but we think if we don't talk about it, if we don't think about it, that it's not there. If you are walking down an aisle and you step on somebody's foot and you continue to walk, does that mean it didn't happen? Does that mean that person is not in pain and their foot is stomping because you stomped on it? No. Regardless if you don't talk about it, regardless if you try not to think about it, it's still there. At the end of the day, you're still damaged. You're still wasting time in a relationship that's not going to last, regardless of how delusional you try to be about it. You know it's toxic. You know it's hurting you more than helping you. The food you're eating, all of these things. We get at the age where if you're not healing, if you're not working on yourself, we can clearly see it. We can see it. You can see it. But maybe that's why you don't like to be in the mirror, because you don't want to see it. And if I don't see it, that means it's not there. It's still there. And a lot of this is subconscious, right? It's because of the way we was raised. And for our culture, African Americans, it's in our DNA. Speaking of, happy Black History Month, baby. Yeah. It's in our DNA. The best to do it. The strongest to do it. You understand? We've been able to get through certain things that no other ethnicity would be able to get through and come out stronger. Some of the most creative people, the most innovative people, the most strongest people. We here, baby. We here. But it's time to continue the great work. It's time to keep evolving. And to deal with the inside. Start with the internal. And at some point you'll start to see the changes externally. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and she's in a point of her healing journey where she's starting to realize that, oh wow, certain people that I thought was my friends, they're really not my friends. It was really a trauma bond. A lot of the people I was talking to them because they was in a toxic relationship like I was in a toxic relationship. So that's how we bonded. We got on the phone and we talked about our relationships and how we're hurting and how our person isn't treating us the way we deserve to be treated and loving us the way we deserve to be loved. She's starting to realize, oh wow, since I'm no longer smoking anymore, these people not hitting me up anymore. Since I'm not drinking anymore and I'm not going out, I'm not going clubbing anymore, these people aren't hitting me up anymore. You start to realize that certain relationships in your life was only in your life because of the level of trauma that you are experiencing. Misery loves misery. No one wants to be miserable alone. So let me find someone else that's hurting, because that's going to make me feel better. Let me find someone else that wants to cope and use negative mechanisms to cope, because that's going to make me feel better and feel like I'm not alone. And I'm not the only one that's using this as a way out of the situation and of life experiences. I'm not the only one that's trying to escape and isn't happy with my life and the things that's going on in my life. But the thing is about those things, about eating the food, about the poison and the toxicity in the relationships and the things you're consuming and the music you're listening to. Once you're done having sex, once you're done being under the influence, once you're done with the conversation on the phone and you feel okay and you feel better for a second, the situation is still there. You have to go deeper. You have to hold yourself accountable. It's so easy to blame everybody else. Oh, my mama did this. My daddy was never there. Oh, this friend was crap. Oh, this relationship, they treat me like this. But what are you doing that's allowing your environment and your space to be on that frequency? We are like radio signals. The things that you pick up, the things that you resonate with, you're resonating with them for a reason. Listen, watch, pay attention to your triggers. Pay attention when you're sad, when you feel empty, when you feel heavy, when you feel full, when you feel drained, when you feel angry, when you feel all of these emotions, disappointment. Pay attention to them. Feel them. We are human. We're human for a reason. We're supposed to feel. We were created to feel. It's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel broken. But unless you take accountability and you go through those emotions, they will always be there, and you will be like a volcano that is just waiting to erupt. And you'll start to see it in every area of your life, in your relationships and the things that you eat and things you consume. Like I said before, what you watch, what you listen to, the people you are around, the friends, the relationship, the job that you have, the amount of money that you make. When you deal with the inside, you deal with the ugliness, you deal with the darkness, you deal with the damage, you deal with the hurt, you will begin to transform on the outside. Like I told y'all before, I was a people pleaser. I was someone that was just dating just to date. And I didn't realize it for the longest. No one taught me how to date. No one taught me how to be intentional. No one taught me what to look for and what not to look for, how to be treated and how not to be treated. I had to learn these things on my own. I had to learn to speak up for myself on my own. I had to learn to be bold and courageous, and to learn to be comfortable and confident, to be my most authentic self, regardless of the world thinks of me. I had to learn those things by myself and with God. Let me say that. But the first step was I held myself accountable. I started to realize how I was moving, the people I was being around, the habits that I was having, they wasn't getting me very far in life. And once I made the decision that I'm tired of living this life and being at this certain threshold, knowing that God has given me a vision to surpass way farther than where I am. But you have to be willing to heal, and you can heal until you hold yourself accountable. You're willing to look in the mirror and say, you know what? I am an effed up person. I am damaged. I am insecure. I need help. I can't do this alone. You have to be willing to say those things. And though that takes strength. It's not easy. It's not easy. It takes strength. Imagine you're going through life and you've been drowning. You've been in survival mode your entire life, right? Because that's where we get a lot of these habits from. We're just trying to survive. We're just trying to stay in a good place. We don't want to be depressed. We don't want to be sad. We don't want to think about, I'm really not okay with my weight. I'm really not comfortable with my weight. I get tired after so many steps. I can't keep up with my kids. I can't do certain things. I feel like an addict, but that's besides the point. I'm gonna just keep doing what I do because this is what I feel like I need to do to get through the day and to keep myself chill from crashing out, right? Imagine you're doing all these things to survive. Relationships, friends, all of these things. You've been drowning your entire life and you don't even realize it. You don't realize it because you've yet to look in the mirror and take an honest look at yourself. You have no idea. You think you're living life, but you're really not. It's a lot of people out here that's really dead on the inside. But we try to fake it. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm so turned on. Oh, I had a great time. Oh, we were so lit last night. Oh. But you're really not pleased. You go home and the very moment that there is silence and you're alone, it starts to hit. And that's when we go to the substance. That's when we go to the relationship. We call the boo, the bays, whoever. We call the friends. We do the things. We listen to the hype music because we need some noise. We need something to get our mind off of how much we really hate our life. Imagine drowning your entire life and not even knowing you're driving because you haven't picked your head up above the water to experience what true breath of fresh air really feels like. That's what I want to introduce you guys to on this channel. To new things, to new layers of who you really are. Because you have the ability to heal. You do. But you'll never be able to do it until you believe in yourself. A lot of people, you think your life is over. It's done. You're not going to be able to make much more money than you're already making. You're not going to be able to find a better partner than you already have. But I'm here to let you know you can and you will, because we're more than dreamers on this channel. We are doers. We are doers. That's what I'm here for, to hold y'all accountable and y'all hold me accountable. Yes, it is hard. It's hard to not eat certain foods, especially when you're angry or you're sad. The milkshake, you want to eat the hamburger and the pizza and all these, the red meats and all these things. Yes, it is hard to be abstinent. I can't speak for nobody else, okay? For some people, maybe it don't matter. You don't crave sex, you don't crave touch. But for me, it's hard to be abstinent. This is not an easy walk. But I came to a place where I got tired. I got tired of settling. I got tired of creating surface-based attachments with the wrong people, with the person that's not for me, with people that's draining me, with people that are leeching off of me, with people that don't have anything to offer me. And if I need to be abstinent, if I need to be alone and I need to have a season where I'm not dating anyone in order to reach my person that's for me, the person that's going to help me level up and introduce me to new things and elevate me spiritually and mentally in the ways that I need and I desire to be leveled up in. If I need to go abstinent, if I need to go without dating for that, it's worth the sacrifice. It's worth the sacrifice not eating after a certain time because I know that I want to feel comfortable in my body. It's worth sacrifices not eating what I want to eat because I know mentally I want to be able to regulate. And if I'm eating anything and everything and putting it in my body without care or caution, I'm going to be anxious. I'm going to be depressed. I'm going to feel bipolar. Everything counts. So imagine if someone came to you as a child and they told you and they gave you all these key things for all the hassles and all the adversities that you're going to go through. And they told you, you're going to have plenty of people that's attracted to you. You're going to have plenty of people that want to have sex with you. And by the way, sex feels really, 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 really good. But there's a lot of STDs out there. Let me tell you the opposite side of, everybody always promote it, right? They promote how sexy you feel, how good it feels. But let's talk about the aftermath. Let's talk about having kids and not having another parent there that's going to raise the kid with you. You have to change the diaper. You have to take the child to school. You have to pay for their food and their clothing and everything that you need. And the person that you feel like is going to be there, that you're laying down with, that feels so good right there in the moment, that you feel like really loves you, but you deep down really know they don't love you and you're just being delusional because it feels good and you're just looking for escape in life. Yeah, you could prevent that. It's going to be hard. You're going to crave it. But if you prevent all the things, you'll actually have a partner that's going to love you, that you can trust, that you can be your soft girl and be your soft man that you want to be. You can be emotional. You go to them about a certain situation and they're actually going to validate your feelings and they're not going to manipulate you and turn the situation around on you to make it seem like they are actually the victim of the situation when it's really you. What if someone told you, you're going to get the degree, you're going to find someone you think that you're going to love, you're going to go through this and this and this, but it's really not that, and you really can have this. You can have the riches, you can have the wealth, you can have the abundance, you can have the friends that really do care for you and aren't going to stab you in your back and you got to look over your shoulder because they're going to talk about you just how they talk to you about other people. That relationship, you don't have to deal with that. That house you want, oh, you can reach that and you can actually have more. You're so used to people pleasing, having to go out your way, and you're so scared to say no because you don't want to disappoint people. But actually, if you say no, you'll get a lot farther in life. So imagine if someone just came to you and told you these things that, oh, yeah, what you really want is possible and more than you actually can dream of. But you're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to make some sacrifices, but you're going to have to stop eating after a certain time. And you're not going to be able to allow yourself to eat certain foods because actually it affects you mentally, emotionally, and every other way in your life. And it actually causes a lot of sickness in your body as well. Imagine if someone told us these things up front. We didn't have the leisure, and it's okay. Every day we learn, we do what we can, and that's why it's important to have grace. So this is not the time to blame yourself. When you look yourself in the mirror, you say, I need to do some serious work. I need to do some serious introspection and self-reflection and shadow work because, bro, I am messed up. The way I treat people is not cool. It's not cool. It's not okay. The way I treat myself, it's not cool. The way I allow myself to eat and just go and do certain things and be around certain people, it's not cool. I deserve better than that. I deserve to hold myself to a different standard and say, you know what? Nah. My worth? Nah. I can't be in this type of environment. I can't have these conversations. I can't allow myself to just lay down with anybody. I can't allow myself to just be in a relationship with just anybody. You understand what I'm saying? It's time to hold yourself accountable. It's time for some self-maintenance. It's time for a checkup. Our car need a checkup. Our body need a checkup. Our mental need a checkup. It's time to check up on the inside. What's going on? What are those triggers? What are those things that's making you uncomfortable? What are those things that's making you upset? What are those things that's making you feel heavy in every area of your life? Start with just one. Don't put too much on yourself. Start with your biggest weakness, or start with the area of your life that you want to grow in the most, that you feel most ready. So is it in your job? Is it with the people that you hang out with in your friendships? Is it with your body, the foods you're allowing yourself to consume? The things you watch, the music you listen to, the people you listen to. It's time to do some introspection. Because we love ourselves. Because we love ourselves. And we're not going to beat ourselves up in the process. We're going to love ourselves through it. Because you know what? We didn't know any better. We survived how we only know to survive. But now we're ready to become aware. Now we're ready to look in the mirror and see the ugliness, to see the darkness, to see the weaknesses, and to start doing the work and getting past it. Releasing the old people in our life so that the right people can come that's really going to hold us accountable and are going to help us flourish. So thankful for my tribe. Shout out to my tribe. Shout out to my sisters, my accountability partners, my close friends. Shout out to the very few people, because I know a lot of people, but it's very few people that I'm assigned to. I'm allowed to allow my space in an intimate setting in this time of my life. Shout out to them for loving me, for boosting me, for allowing me to feel safe, to be my authentic self, to not be judged, to be able to grow, to give me the environment I need, to push me to new heights in business and in every area of my life. Shout out to them. But I had to let go of some people to get to this place. I had to let go of some habits to get to this place. It's important that y'all know you're no longer enslaved. You don't have to accept the bare minimum. You have free will. And I'm hoping and I'm praying that you take advantage of that free will and understand there is no limits in life. There is no limits to what you can reach. There is no limits to the amount of money that you can have. This is our world. We have authority over the universe because God resides in us. God created the universe. So we have the power to be and do whatever we want. And it's about time you start to act like it and walk like it. What is it that you really want to do? What is it that you really want in a relationship? What do you really want your friendship to look like? You can have those things and more and more. And the moment you really get serious, the moment you get really serious about your healing journey and you start to take these steps and overcome these things, you'll start to realize that you're really unstoppable, that you really are powerful. I feel unstoppable right now. Who am I? Who am I? I love this version of me. And I'm so excited to see who I'm going to continue to transform into as I continue to grow and evolve. Bro, like what? Who am I? I'm really knocking out these goals. I'm really keeping my word to myself and becoming and doing what I said I'm going to do. I'm really keeping my promise to myself and standing in business. I'm not settling for no half relationship because I don't have to. I'm not settling for trauma bonds and people that seem like friends, but they're not really friends. At this point, I feel like I'm living in a movie. Like, And it started on the inside. I've been doing this work for years. Let me say that. It don't happen overnight. This version of myself that you're seeing right now, it has taken me years upon years upon years upon years. Okay, I've been in this healing process and journey for years. I've been meditating for years. I've been breathing for years. I've been praying for years. Okay, I've been doing the work for years. I've been looking in the mirror and looking at the ugliness and the things I need to work on for years. And it's taken me years to even overcome certain things. And certain things I'm still working on. Like I said before, this is a daily walk, guys. It's a daily walk. But I am committed to this thing. I'm committed. I see the growth. I see how my body is transforming. I see how my hair is growing. I see how I carry myself. Just the other day, I was in the store and a lady came to me and she said, "Are you in the military?" And I was like, "No, ma'am. I was raised in a very structured home. Shout out to my mom. Shout out to the single mothers. Let me say that as well. My mom did a very good job raising me, and yeah, she didn't play. And at the moment in time, I had a lot of resentment towards her, and it caused me to have a lot of anger. But now, me being almost 30 years old, I thank God my mama didn't let me do anything. I thank God my mama monitored me, and she protected me from certain things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm grateful to be who I am today, and just to walk the way I walk, and to talk the way I talk, and handle business the way I handle business, and to walk around and be as professional as I am. And it's because of her. It's because of my upbringing. And it's because, most important, because of me. I wanted to do the work. I wanted to become this person. And I was dedicated and committed to becoming this person. She said, "You can tell your mom did a magnificent job. You're very well mannered. The way you walk, the way you talk, even your posture." Yeah, I'm committed to this thing. Like I said, I feel unstoppable because there's once upon a time where I would walk around with my head low and I would be so anxious and I cared so much about everybody else and their opinion and what they thought about me. And I took on that opinion, actually. Just a moment in time, I was so insecure and I felt so inferior. But now I'm here. I'm speaking my mind. Ain't nobody finna treat me just any type of way. I'm not dealing with just anything. Me and my homies was just talking last night, and I arrived from Huntsville. It was talking about systems and spaces and things like that. And if someone wanted to create it like their own nation and things like that, and rules and regulations and policies and things like that. And I said to him, everything has a system. My life, my world, my realm, I have rules, I have regulations. If you want to be my friend, if you want to be close to me, I have rules and regulations. You're going to have to treat me a certain way, and you're going to have to treat your own self a certain way as well. Because I love myself. I carry myself to a certain standard. So the people around me, I'm going to hold you to a standard as well. That doesn't mean we can't be cool. The people that I'm not as close friends with, that don't mean I'm going to diss them or treat them negative. No, I'm not judging nobody in their journey. Your journey is your journey. You heal when you want to heal. You change when you want to change. You leave that toxic relationship when you want to leave the toxic relationship. You stop drinking irresponsibly and driving when you're ready to do that. I'm not here to do the work for nobody. I'm here to set the example. That's my only job, to set the example and love you exactly where you are. And that's your job, to love you exactly where you are, but hold yourself accountable and say, you know what? This isn't okay. I can be better than this. I can be stronger than this. I can go higher than this. You got my support. Y'all got my support. So I'm excited for just what's to come with this channel and you guys, and definitely keep me updated. A lot of people, y'all, when I see my friends or people in public, y'all tell me that, you see certain things on the podcast and it resonates with you and it sticks in your mind and it changed like the total trajectory when it comes to how you how you even function in certain areas of your life. Let me know. Continue to tell me, because that motivates me. That inspires me to keep going and walking my walk. And it also will inspire other people. So y'all drop in the comments. Y'all share y'all life. Y'all, this is a community. This is so much bigger than me. This is for us. Healing can get lonely sometimes. Healing can get dark sometimes. But it's that much easier when you can walk this journey with someone else. And know you're not alone. We all out here struggling. All my abstinence people, we all like, okay, listen. My people that's walking the journey of sobriety, listen. Ooh, okay? It's easier. It's easier. So let's hold each other up, you know? Let's get real. Let's get raw. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy. It's going to be challenging, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. I'm saying right now, it's worth it. I wouldn't change the uncomfortability, the transformation, the molding, the letting go, the changing of the habits. I would do it all over again. I would feel the pain. I would bawl my eyes out. I'll do it all over again. I really would. This is me telling y'all, the journey's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. But at least you can expect that. At least you know that. It's different going into something and not knowing what to expect. But now you know. It's not going to be easy. You're going to be challenged. You're going to have setbacks. You're going to have triggers. You're going to want to go back to that past relationship and those habits. The more you know, the more you can expect, the more you can prepare and plan. We are the next millionaires. We are the next leaders of this nation. Okay? So best believe the hurt, the pain, the tears, having better eating habits, it's going to be worth it, because everything counts. Not listening to certain music because you know you're not ready for that. Baby, I love me some R&B. I love me some R&B down, okay? But being on this journey of abstinence, I can't listen to it as much as I want to and I desire to. I need to turn on some jazz, some instrumentals, okay? Like, the choice is yours. We have free will. You can continue to be comfortable and being stagnant and having this blurred vision of what's really going on in your life. Or you can see clearly. You can look in the mirror and you can really see what's going on and do something about it. Live with intentionality and release the veil. I gave y'all a lot of tough love, I feel like, today. I didn't even expect for this to be as long as it was, but like my prayers always, God, give me the words, help me articulate and say what needs to be said for whoever needs to hear it. So I hope that you guys receive this with open arms and with an open heart, and know that I truly, 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 truly do love y'all with all of me. And I'm going to continue to take care of myself and pour into myself so that I can pour into y'all. So once again, just be patient with me in this this season of my life, you know. And yeah, until next time, peace, love, and blessings.